Okay, guys, here's A for you. Now we are discussing the question whether Social Security can come take your income for payment of a nursing home bill. So I'm going to give you an answer for that, and then we're going to do a presentation on it. Okay, so here we go. Please join me and please enjoy. And remember, if anybody has any show ideas, comments about shows I've done, things they want me to do shows on, leave it in the live chat below and I'll see what I can do for you. Here we go for today's A. Short answer: no, a nursing home cannot legally take your mother's Social Security check to pay the bill. But the longer, more important story is why this protection exists, how facilities try to get around it, and what families can do when Medicare stops paying and the financial pressure begins to mount. What follows is a full narrative, rich explanation of the law and the loopholes that facilities and the path forward. The legal foundation. Social Security as protected income. Social Security was designed as a floor beneath older adults, a guaranteed stream of income that could not be seized by private creditors, Congress, Congress wrote this protection into Section 207 of the Social Security Act, which states that benefits shall not be subject to exclusion, levy, attachment, garnishment, or other legal processes. In plain language, a nursing home cannot take your mother's Social Security. They cannot garnish it, redirect it, or require her to sign it over. They cannot make you, her child, responsible for paying it. This protection is unusually strong. It applies even when someone owes large medical bills, even when a facility is threatening discharge, even when a family is overwhelmed and unsure of their rights. The law draws a bright line. Social Security is not a nursing home revenue stream. Why this issue arises: the gap between Medicare and long-term care. Families often assume Medicare will pay for nursing home care because it pays for hospital stays, rehab, and physician services. But Medicare's coverage of nursing homes is narrow and temporary. It pays for only skilled nursing after a qualifying hospital stay. It pays up to 100 days, and only the first 20 days are fully covered. It does not pay for long-term custodial care, the daily reality for most 80-year-olds who need help with bathing, dressing, mobility, and dementia-related needs. When Medicare coverage ends, the nursing home turns to the resident and family to pay for payment. This is the moment when many facilities began pressuring families to hand over Social Security checks, even though the law forbids it. The facility, the tactics nursing homes use, and why they're unlawful. Facilities rarely say, "We want to take her Social Security." Instead, they use indirect pressure, misleading paperwork, and emotional leverage. The responsible party trap. Admission contracts often include a line asking for a responsible party. Families assume this means emergency contact. In reality, some facilities use this term to imply financial responsibility, even though federal law prohibits requiring third-party guarantee as a condition of admission. The sign over her income request. A facility may ask the resident for or family to sign a document authorizing the home to receive her Social Security directly. They may frame it as easier for everyone or required for continued stay. This is not required, and it is not legal to make it a condition of care. Threats or discharge. Threats of discharge. Some homes imply that failure to pay will result in eviction, but involuntary discharge is tightly regulated, and inability to pay is not a lawful reason unless the facility has exhausted all reasonable options, including Medicaid application assistance. Debt collection pressure. Facilities sometimes send bills to adult children, even though children are not liable for a patient's nursing home debt unless they have signed a legal binding guarantee, which they should never do. These tactics are not just unethical, they violate the Nursing Home Reform Act, which prohibits coercion. Misrepresentation and third-party guarantees. The narrow exceptions, none of which involve nursing home debt. Your mother's Social Security can only be reduced or and intercepted in 3 situations: federal offsets, e.g., unpaid taxes or federal agency debts, court ordered child support or alimony, bank levies only if her Social Security is mixed with other funds in a single account. Nursing home debt is not permissible reason for any of these actions. And if her Social Security is direct deposited into a dedicated account, banks must automatically protect 2 months of benefits. The real solution: Medicaid long-term care coverage. When Medicaid stops paying, most older adults transition to Medicaid, which covers long-term care, nursing home care for people with limited income and assets. Medicaid does require the resident to contribute most of their monthly income toward the cost of care, but this is done through a formal Medicaid patient pay calculation, not through the nursing home. Seizing the Social Security check, this distinction matters under Medicaid. The resident keeps a small personal needs allowance. In Pennsylvania, $45 a month. The rest of the income goes towards care only after Medicaid eligibility is approved. The nursing home cannot take the income directly. It is part of a regulated process. If your mother is not yet on Medicaid, the facility may be pressuring you because they want payment while waiting for the application, but they still cannot take her Social Security. Okay, now we're going to get into what you should do now to protect yourself. Keep her Social Security in a separate account to preserve legal protections. Review any paperwork you or she signed, especially anything labeled responsible party, guarantor, or income assignment. Tell the facility in writing that Social Security benefits are protected under federal law. Begin or continue a Medicaid long-term care application, which is the appropriate path. Contact Pennsylvania's long-term care ombudsman if the facility continues to pressure you. Document all communications from the nursing home. The deeper truth is the deeper truth. This is not just a legal issue. It's a moral one. Families often feel ashamed, guilty, or overwhelmed when a parent needs nursing home care. Facilities sometimes exploit that vulnerability because the law is clear, because the moral principle is clear. An older adult's basic income should never be used as leverage against her. Your mother's Social Security is hers. It is protected, and no nursing home has the legal authority to take it. Okay, here guys, here's the second part of A. Okay, here you go. I've made a narrative for this one too. The title is What Medicaid Long-Term Care is in Pennsylvania. Now, we're going to discuss Pennsylvania's part of this whole thing. So let me go through that for you now. Medicare or Medicaid long-term care is part of Pennsylvania's medical assistance program. It covers two major pathways: nursing home care, 24-hour custodial and skilled care, home and community-based services through community health choices, personal care aids, home health, adult day respite, home modifications, transportation, and more. Most older adults enter Medicaid long-term care because Medicare stops paying after a short rehab stay, and private pay is financially impossible. The medical requirement: nursing home level of care. Pennsylvania uses a standardized assessment to determine whether someone needs long-term care. Your mother must show significant difficulty with ADLs, bathing, dressing, toileting, eating, mobility, cognitive impairment affecting safety or judgment, medical complexity requiring supervision or skilled oversight. A county assessor or the nursing home's care team completes this evaluation. The financial requirements: income and assets. Pennsylvania follows federal Medicaid rules with state-specific limits. Income: there is no strict income cap for nursing home Medicaid in Pennsylvania. Instead, income is compared to the cost of care. If her income is less than the nursing home rate, It almost always is. She can qualify. Assets. To qualify, your mother must have $2,000 in countable assets, bank accounts, investments, cash. Exempt assets include exempt assets include her home if she intends to return or a spouse lives there. One car, personal belongings, irrevocable burial accounts. If she has a spouse at home, Pennsylvania follows spousal impoverishment rules. The spouse at home can keep up to $154,000 in assets. 2026 figure. The spouse can also keep a portion of the couple's combined income. This prevents the community spouse from being left destitute. The Medicaid application process in Pennsylvania. Families often underestimate how complex this is. Here is the real workflow. Start the application through Compass on the County Assistance Office. You can apply online through the local office in Crawford County. Okay, complete the level of care assessments. This determines medical eligibility. Submit financial documentation. Pennsylvania requires 5 years of financial records. Bank statements, investment accounts, property records, trusts, transfers of gifts, life insurance policies, annuities, proof of income, Social Security, pensions. This is where most delays occur. Asset review and look back. Pennsylvania enforces a 5-year look back for asset transfers. If your mother gave away money or property in the past 5 years, Medicaid may impose a penalty. Period. During which it will not pay for care. Approval and patient pay calculation. Once approved, Medicaid pays the nursing home rate. Your mother contributes most of her monthly income as patient pay. She keeps a $45 personal needs allowance each month. This is the only lawful way her income becomes part of nursing home payment, not through the facility taking her Social Security directly. Community Health Choices, CHC, Pennsylvania's managed long-term care. Since 2020, Pennsylvania delivers long-term care through Community Health Choices, a managed care system run by 3 insurers: UPMC, PA Health and Wellness, Amera Health, Caritas. If your mother is approved for Medicaid long-term care in a nursing home, CHC manages her care and payment. At home, CHC provides aids, home health, transportation, respite, and modifications. CHC also offers participant-directed services, allowing families to hire caregivers directly. What Medicaid long-term care does not cover: private rooms unless medically necessary, non-medical extras, beauty services, cable packages, facility charges not approved by Medicaid, long-term care outside the U.S. Why nursing homes push families before Medicaid is approved. Because Medicaid approval can take weeks to months, facilities often pressure families to pay privately, sign over Social Security checks, sign responsible party clauses, pay deposits or fees illegal, cover the bill during the pending period. But federal law is clear: a nursing home cannot require a third party guarantee or demand access to Social Security as a condition of admission or continued stay. The emotional realities for families. Medicaid long-term care is not just a bureaucratic process. It's a moment of reckoning for families. It often comes after hospitalization, a sudden decline, a fall, a dementia crisis, a rehab stay that Medicare abruptly ends. Families are exhausted, frightened, and overwhelmed. Nursing homes know this. That is why understanding the rules matters. It protects your mother's rights and your own. Okay, guys, I'll be back on after a little break.